Hello everyone and welcome back to History of the Ancient World. Today we're embarking on a fascinating journey into the heart of ancient civilizations, exploring some of their most enduring and mysterious creations, tombs and pyramids. These aren't just piles of stone, they're windows into the beliefs, ambitions and daily lives of people who lived thousands of years ago. From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the hidden tombs of Chinese emperors, these structures tell a story of humanity's age-old quest for immortality and our relationship with the afterlife. So why did so many ancient cultures pour immense resources into building such elaborate final resting places? The answer lies in their beliefs about what happens after we die. For many, death wasn't an end, but a transition to another world, a new phase of existence. To ensure a successful journey and a comfortable afterlife, the deceased, especially rulers and the elite, needed to be equipped with everything they might require. This included their bodies, preserved through processes like mummification, as well as worldly goods, treasures, food, and even servants, represented by statues or carvings. These tombs were designed to be eternal homes, secure fortresses protecting the body and soul for all time. When we think of pyramids, our minds immediately go to Egypt, and for good reason. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built for the pharaoh Khufu, is the last surviving wonder of the ancient world. But how did the Egyptians get to this point? It was an evolution. It all started with simple burial pits in the desert sand. Then came the mastabas, which were rectangular, flat-roof structures made of mud brick, built over underground burial chambers. They were like eternal houses for the nobles. The real game changer was a genius named Imhotep, the vizier and chief architect for Pharaoh Djoser around 2670 BCE. Imhotep decided to stack several mastabas on top of each other, each one smaller than the one below, creating the world's first major stone building, the Step Pyramid at Saqqara. This was a revolutionary leap in architecture. It wasn't just a tomb, it was a stairway to the heavens, a physical representation of the pharaoh's ascent to join the gods. This set the stage for the true smooth-sided pyramids we are so familiar with today. The next phase of pyramid development saw a few experimental designs, like the bent pyramid at Dashur, which famously changes its angle halfway up. Architects were still perfecting their technique. Finally, they mastered the craft, leading to the golden age of pyramid building on the Giza Plateau. The pyramids of Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure represent the peak of this architectural achievement. Just imagine the sheer scale of the operation. The Great Pyramid alone is made of over 2 million limestone and granite blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons. For centuries, people thought they were built by slaves, but modern archaeological evidence suggests they were constructed by a skilled, paid workforce of Egyptian citizens. These were respected laborers who took pride in building a monument for their divine king. It was a national project that united the country, a testament to the pharaoh's power and the people's devotion. Inside, these pyramids were a complex maze of passages, false doors, and hidden chambers, all designed to protect the pharaoh's burial chamber from tomb robbers. The Egyptians believed that if the pharaoh's body was disturbed, his spirit could make the journey to the afterlife, which would spell disaster for the entire kingdom. Despite their best efforts, almost every single pyramid was looted in antiquity, leaving us with tantalizing clues but few intact burials from this era. The legacy of these pyramids, however, is undeniable. They are symbols of ancient ingenuity, power, and an unshakable belief in eternal life. But Egypt wasn't the only place where great pyramids were built. Halfway across the world, in the Americas, civilizations like the Maya, the Aztecs, and others were also constructing their own monumental pyramids. However, their purpose and design were often quite different. While some Mesoamerican pyramids did serve as tombs for rulers, like the famous tomb of Pakal, the great found inside the Temple of the Inscriptions, at Palenque, many were primarily used as temples. These pyramids were often step pyramids, like Egypt's early designs, but they featured grand staircases leading up to a small temple at the summit. Here, high above the bustling city, priests would perform important religious ceremonies and rituals, sometimes including human sacrifice, to appease the gods. These pyramids were the spiritual heart of the city, a man-made mountain connecting the earthly realm with the celestial world of the deities. They were often built in stages, with new layers being added over older ones by successive rulers, making the pyramid larger and more magnificent over time. Structures like the Pyramid of the Sun at Teotihuacan or El Castillo at Chichen Itza are breathtaking examples of this tradition, aligned with astronomical events and embodying a deep understanding of cosmology and mathematics. So while they share the name pyramid, their function was a unique blend of the religious, the political, and the astronomical, distinct from their Egyptian counterparts. Moving over to Asia, we find a different yet equally impressive tradition of monumental tombs. In China, the most famous example is the mausoleum of the first Qin emperor, Qin Shi Huang. While the massive mound covering his tomb looks more like a natural hill today, ancient texts describe a subterranean palace of incredible scale and luxury. The historian Sima Qian wrote that the tomb contains models of palaces, towers, and even rivers of flowing mercury, mimicking the rivers of China. The emperor's goal was to rule in the afterlife, just as he had in life. And we can't talk about this tomb without mentioning the incredible terracotta army. Discovered by farmers in 1974, this army consists of thousands of life-size clay soldiers, horses, and chariots, all arranged in battle formation to guard the emperor in the afterlife. Each soldier has a unique face, hairstyle, and expression. It's a breathtaking display of artistry and power. The central tomb itself has never been excavated, partly out of respect for the emperor and partly due to concerns about what might lie within, including those legendary rivers of toxic mercury. This incredible site shows us that the desire to build a lasting legacy and conquer even death itself was a truly universal human ambition. The ancient world is filled with other remarkable burial traditions. Think of the mysterious beehive tombs of Mycenaean Greece, like the so-called Treasury of Atreus, with its magnificent corbelled dome, or the rock-cut tombs of Petra in Jordan, where entire facades of temples and tombs are carved directly into the rose-red sandstone cliffs. In the Indus Valley, the cities of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro had organized cemeteries, but no grand tombs for rulers have been found, suggesting a more egalitarian society. Each culture developed its own unique way of honoring the dead, shaped by its environment, beliefs, and social structure. These tombs are not just about death. They're a celebration of life, power, and the enduring hope for something beyond. So what have we learned? We've seen that tombs and pyramids were far more than just graves. They were complex machines for the afterlife, cosmic engines designed to ensure the rebirth of a king and the stability of the kingdom. They were public displays of power, massive projects that mobilized entire populations. And they are, for us, invaluable time capsules. The treasures found within, like the stunning artifacts from Tutankhamun's tomb, give us a direct, tangible link to the past. The architecture and engineering still boggle the mind and challenge our assumptions about ancient capabilities. They remind us that ancient peoples were not primitive, but were brilliant, organized, and driven by beliefs as powerful as any we hold today. These silent stone sentinels stand as a testament to the human desire to be remembered, to build something that outlasts a single lifetime. They challenge us to look at the world around us and ask, what will we leave behind? What will be our pyramids? Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through the tombs and pyramids of the ancient world. I hope you found it as fascinating as I do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to History of the Ancient World and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Let me know in the comments which ancient tomb you find most fascinating. Until next time, stay curious.